Welcome to King Sportscast with yours truly. We back. We're switching video formats. I was using Zoom last time. Now we're going to jump to OBS, so I'm hoping the quality is a little nicer. So anyone who watches this Game 2 Finals review, please let me know in the comment section or in my DM or anything. I really appreciate that. But let's jump into Game 2, where the Suns took a commanding 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals with another valiant effort from Chris Paul and Devin Booker, clearly the better guard tandem in the series. Their offense is just smoother. It seems they get better chances easier more often, and their role players are playing well, like deep into their lineup comparative to the Bucks, where it was really just Giannis trying to put them on his back with a bum knee. It was a Herculean effort. It was pretty impressive, to say the least. But they had the highest scoring quarter in 20-something years and one of the best halves since AI, I think. So that's huge. That was crazy. It was fun to watch. It was exciting, but really started as the Bucks, in the first quarter, took a lead. And the second quarter, the Suns had a huge turnaround going into the half and really controlled the game until the end. They never really get it lower than 6. So it was pretty impressive. Monty Williams had an amazing clip of him coaching up DeAndre Ayton and kind of went viral today and really showed the good qualities of Monty Williams and what he has to offer as a coach. And it was excellently put. You couldn't have put it better. And this is probably the Mikal Bridges game, but Devin Booker also played out of his mind. His jump shot is the purest in the NBA, I think, at the moment. Just the prettiest, I guess, in just a personal opinion. And he's young. And he's about to set the record, too, for youngest players in a playoff run, points-wise. I think he's only 32 behind get the first place one. But just an amazing... Chris Paul and Devin Booker are so good when you're watching them. They're just... Chris Paul gets that spot. He had a couple that were just crazy in traffic. Ayton played well at the very end, but he didn't have as good as a game, but he contributed. And just... the Bucks, it's like with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, they're clearly not going to be able to lift them through this series. They're just not playing well enough. Chris Middleton, it's like the talent is there, but it's so inconsistent. It's annoying sometimes to even be a fan of Chris Middleton because you just don't know what you're going to get from him. And it's sad because he's super talented. Drew Holiday, I think he has a role that he could play on a winning team, but he's being asked to do too much, I think, in my personal opinion. And they're not shooting effectively enough. And Giannis was just playing out of his mind and putting the team on his back. Brook Lopez is just not the same advantage that they had in the last series still. Ayton didn't take advantage of him as much as the game before, but he's still basically, and he's not shooting well enough. He's just the whole flow of the Bucks is just it doesn't seem promising going forward. Connaughton hits some threes here and there. PJ Tucker does what PJ Tucker does, but this team just doesn't seem like it's going to be able to keep up with the amount of options that the Suns seem to have. Cameron Payne played well off the bench. He had a really good series with a steal on Giannis. And, he put on the boosters. He really got going there. And jump shots, really, too. The Suns are just a better shooting team. They just make their shots consistent. Like, they get better quality shots, and they hit those shots. And the Bucks don't seem to be able to compete with them on that exact front. So I don't know. It's like they play more of as a team. They had a couple possessions that was like Spurs basketball. It was beautiful, just pass after pass after pass. And Chris Paul too at the end, like he ran the clock down and had a good possession every time, like a good shot opportunity, and used the clock and never really. Monty Williams too, great timeout calls. Every time it was like 6 points or 8 points, he would call a timeout, and he really would just, let his leaders lead and just go through it. And, it's a couple little errant like turnovers are weird at the end, but they never really let them get back into position. And yeah, I mean, but in that loss, I mean, Giannis really is just physically one of the most gifted basketball players you've ever seen. Like, his offensive shot package is pretty limited, and he still gets so many good, so many points and so many good shots up. And I mean, if he was, it's just crazy. He's unstoppable in the fast break, but he's definitely like not as effective in the half court set. And sometimes it is tough to watch, like, just from I don't know, especially you go see the other side, like the quality of shots they're getting up, where comparative to the Bucks it's just, this series is probably gonna go 4 or 5. Maybe 6. The Bucks play well at home, but this one seems pretty in the books to me. But hey, we've seen the 3-1 comeback. We've seen multiple 2-0 comebacks. It's definitely there, and Chris Paul has been a part of a couple collapses, so he knows right now what he's gonna get himself into going forward. But I think it's his time. The quality of shots it's like DeAndre Ayton basically has like a open layup every time, or Devin Booker. They're not playing Devin Booker close enough. I mean, maybe they can't because Chris Paul's doing such a good job and Ayton's still a factor. They're just so balanced with their weapons all across the board. And it's just fun to watch. The Phoenix crowd was loving it. Maybe seeing their first championship, banner get hung up in the rafters. They're definitely loving it. But now it's, now that's back in Milwaukee, which, it's going to be their home crowd, and maybe they get a comfortable win or two, and this could easily be a series again. But not from any of the play that I've seen previously would tell you that. It seems consistently they're just a better basketball team than the Bucks currently are. They need more. They need something. They need more. There's no doubt about it. They don't really have like a true ball handler. Like Giannis, it's like he'll dribble in, and he'll obviously he drives in, gets a double, and tries to pass out. But they don't have just like a pure, like the way Chris Paul is running his offense and how fluid that is. It's stark to see the difference in the quality of shots that the Suns are getting over and over and over again. And definitely from a mental standpoint, all the players of the Suns seem like locked in. I don't know if that's directly Chris Paul, him and Monty Williams together. That tandem has that team laser focused going into the series, and I think they have the right mindset. I mean, this series could end in 4, probably ends in 5. The Bucks probably get one at home. They lose another, and then it ends in Phoenix. But seen crazier. It's not unlikely. Shooters start shooting cold. Does the Suns bench play as well, or their role players play as well in Milwaukee as they have been in Phoenix, and vice versa? Does Drew Holiday and Middleton and all the alternate guys to Giannis, do they start playing better because they're at home? Because then, boom, they get 2 wins, it's 2-2, and then Game 5 is usually the tell-all. So, I mean, going forward, I mean, it's probably, yeah. I picked Suns in 5. Suns in 4 would be pretty funny for the internet. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, Giannis played out of his mind. He didn't have the help, and they really couldn't get back in control. Chris Paul controlled the whole game going forward, or the Suns in general. And yeah, just another good performance. I'm excited going forward. This Game 3 is make it or break it for Milwaukee. They probably are already done, but if they're gonna be able to compete in this series, they have to take Game 3. So I'm excited to see. I don't know how Giannis, after the amount of effort he went in and put on that knee, already hyperextended. He's just an absolute monster. It's honestly one of the toughest performances we've seen in basketball in a long time. I don't know a tougher performance in the last 5 years. Or I mean, this is. I mean, I don't know. I can't even think of it personally. Maybe Isaiah Thomas's ankle, like in that series in Game 6. I don't know, but to go like the way that he goes from maybe thinking he's out for a year to be playing again, and then having that many rebounds and scoring that many points in the third, it's crazy. So yeah, I mean that's about it for Game 2, guys. I'll try to get Game 3 as soon as the game ends. It was just tough. They end a little late, but yeah, I appreciate everyone viewing it, stopping by, and King Sportscast. We out.